the long-awaited, highly anticipated interim WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World.
David Benavidez defends his WBC Super Middleweight interim title in tonight's mega-bout against Caleb Plant at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas.
You will see one of the biggest fights of this year. A grudge match.
Benavidez is putting his 26-0 record on the line against Plant, whose only career defeat came at the hands of Canelo in 2021.
I guarantee you I'm gonna knock Caleb Plant out before round 6.
Both fighters are former super middleweight champions, with Sweet Hands Plant losing his title in his only loss 2 years ago.
This is going to be a war, and Team Benavidez will come out on top.
Benavidez, the ring's #1 rated super middleweight behind champion Canelo Alvarez, is an offensive beast, physically imposing with impressive power.
I'm super ready. I'm very excited. And like I said, all the talk is done.
Plant won the IBF belt in January 2019, and he defended that belt 3 times, until suffering his only career loss against Canelo Alvarez in November of 21.
I know David's not a bum. I'm not interested in fighting bums. I'm interested in fighting good fighters.
What Benavidez has in his favor is the fact that he's willing to walk through shots to land his own punches.
Now I'm even more stronger, more faster, so this is definitely going to be a fight of a boxer and a pressure fighter.
He's got the chin to take whatever Plant dishes out, so there's little chance that Benavidez will get knocked out, as we saw with Daryl last October.
A lot of good things are going to happen for 2023. Boxing is back, baby.
Benavidez is entering the prime of his career and is already a 2-time champion.
A lot of people think that he's just a brawler, that he's just like they say in Mexico, fajador.
Though out-of-the-ring issues and his own discipline threatened to derail him early, he's turned a corner in his pursuit of a super fight with Alvarez. He is coming off a horrifyingly one-sided drubbing of David Lemieux last March, and if he continues on this development path, Plant just might be another victim on the resume of an emerging great. The Phoenix native has an 88.46% knockout ratio and an average fight time of 4.53 rounds. With his strength, excellent hand speed, and offensive instincts, Benavidez has the makings of a superstar.
I'm desperate to show the world I am the best.
The 26-year-old is facing a challenge from a motivated ex-champion who is going into this fight knowing he'll need his brains, not brawn, to pull off a win. Plant is a slickster going from one grudge match to another.
I worked extremely hard for this fight. I'm ready. And actually somebody you know let me know, hey, tell your boy that I'm already on way.
The former IBF champion rebounded from his TKO loss to Alvarez with a Knockout of the Year candidate over a faded Anthony Dirrell last November. Plant is a distance fighter, having a 56.52% knockout ratio with an average fight time of 6.17 rounds.
He might not be the most talented out of both of them, but I believe he has that work ethic, blue-collar worker type of mentality.
This one is a very intriguing clash of contrasting styles, and it could potentially reveal a lot about the current state of super middleweight.
A marquee matchup of two of the best fighters at 168 pounds.
Even though Plant already lost against Canelo, a win over Benavidez could perhaps pave the way to a potential rematch against the Mexican superstar. This is undoubtedly the biggest examination of Benavidez's career, and he must display that he's a championship-level fighter who can go the distance with elite names.
We've yet to see if he can perform on this type of level, but Saturday night we're going to find out.
Benavidez is the bigger, younger, and heavier boxer.
Benavidez has a better arsenal, he's younger, he's still undefeated.
For starters, he's got a big arsenal of punches.
So we're going to see, he's going to be in there with the true super middleweight, the hardest and the most accurate super middleweight in this weight class.
It isn't just that he can throw a hook, jab, uppercut, whatever. Most boxers can throw basic punches.
He's not some huge one-punch knockout power type of guy. He's a volume puncher.
The WBC interim champ has pledged to start fast and go for the early knockout, and the bad blood between the fighters means there is no reason not to take him at his word.
I've heard everybody I've gone in the ring with. I can't say the same for him.
Plant might have to come through some heavy weather early on, but the Nashville native has grit to match his easy-on-the-eye skills.
I know David's not a bum. I'm not interested in fighting bums. I'm interested in fighting good fighters.
If he can use his lead hand with effective and intelligent variety, Plant can frustrate Benavidez in pinch rounds if the fight goes long, providing he controls the distance at center ring for long enough to stay out of sustained danger on the ropes.
Plant to win has to use his jab and his legs. I don't think he can do it for 12 rounds.
If Benavidez does make a fast start, he must remember that he's in against a tough opponent in Plant, so pacing himself is crucial.
And you got knocked the fuck out by Canelo, so every time he fights a real, true super middleweight, he gets hurt.
If he wants to be successful against Canelo, he has to show he can do it against Plant first.
Benavidez could beat everybody.
And should Benavidez emerge victorious, interest in a showdown between him and Canelo would almost certainly amplify a great deal.
Styles make fights, and so this is going to be a good one, but y'all know I'm rocking with Plant.
So who will win the upcoming super middleweight showdown between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant?
You're gonna see me get my hand raised. That's what I'm guaranteeing.
I think it's going to be a little too much for Plant.